Awesome. Fine. Start it then. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Drinking with the Jenkins. I'm Delbert Jenkins along with your host, Whitey Jenkins.
Sound a little pissy this week. What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. I don't feel so good. I might have the government flu.
Should
What
we
have you
get
been
into it?
doing since you've been out of jail? How is it living life on the outside?
And I just been working on getting some people booked for this MUD Show Mania we got coming up, and I got some people I'm going to reveal today. I understand you've talked to some people too. So all today's show is going to be a lot about talking about. Look at that! Look what producer Smokey put
Oh,
together there.
wow.
What
Look
a,
at
what
that.
a,
That's a good looking ring, too.
I mean, that's going to be the ring we use. That's actually we went and set it up. So I got another bone to pick. I didn't mention this last time, but the whole time I was in jail, Noah Tall that runs that what's he called? What's he called? His wrestling sucks,
Yeah.
sucks wrestling.
Yeah.
We supposed to be friends, man. We done promoted together in the past. I wrestled for him. I helped him run shows. You think he called and checked on me one time while I was in jail?
Well, I noticed some of his book face posts. It seemed like he was almost shitting on you a little bit.
He was. That's what I found out. So he runs them shows over there in Blippieville out in the old abandoned Kmart out there.
Yeah.
So we gonna run opposition the same day he runs his next show. That's why I don't have a date yet because I got to find out when he runs his next show. But this ring you see right there, that's set up. You remember them woods back behind that Kmart?
Yeah.
That's where that ring is set up. That's
Now
where
are
we
we
mania.
gonna clear out the poison ivy this time?
Well, I mean, if you want to charge extra for tickets, I mean, if I'm going to spend time doing all that, then them's going to be the VIP seats where we clear out the poison ivy. Then everybody else just fend for themselves. I mean, if they're that uppity, they ain't stand a little poison ivy. I mean, damn.
Don't
Wrong.
make no don't make no sense, does it?
It don't. I mean, ain't no need in acting like they too good to set in some poison ivy. We've all done that.
Well, look, I talked to Gene Jackson and I talked to Buck Jenkins, and neither one of them are really happy about you being back around.
I don't give a damn what they're happy about. I ain't happy about them. So you tell them I ain't happy about them. Give a
Gene
damn.
Jackson Gene Jackson says if you show up at the comedy club, he's gonna have security remove you from the building.
That fat bastard. Does he not know I've been in that comedy club? They ain't got no security at that comedy club.
Well, that's what I told him. You wasn't worried about it, but
Exactly. How you think that Superman kid keeps ending up on stage? They ain't got no security. He wouldn't get in the front door if they had damn security there. All I gotta do is put on a damn Superman shirt. They'll put my ass on stage ahead of him and after him. I'll be able to open and close his damn show. Won't be nothing they can do about it.
if you just get there before Gene does, Flint will throw you on the same show with Gene.
Hell, he'll have me run the damn thing. Son of
It
a
could
bitch. I
work.
don't tell me about what Gene Jackson had to say or Buck Jenkins, who's just a ripoff of me.
Well, I didn't
Just
want to.
straight up stole my character.
I'm not trying. Now, what are we gonna do if Gene Jackson or Buck Jenkins show up at the Mud Show?
I will. Look. I got some people that'll handle them. As we go through this lineup, I'll let you know who will handle. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about the first guy that I've signed. So if you're gonna have a big show, you need a big heel, right? You need some heat. You need some people, fans, hate. That's gonna get people there. That's gonna buy a ticket to see them get their ass whooped. Is that not wrestling
Hell yeah!
psychology 101?
Hell yeah!
I
Exactly.
got the one and only. The Russian redneck Billy Ray Jerkoff is going to be there, all the way from Moscow, Russia.
I can't believe he's still out doing anything. I thought he was locked up.
Well, he used to wrestle without a mask, but his disability finally went through, so he took a little time off. But now he's coming back with the mask on, and I told him he probably ought to shave because it's kind of you can kind of tell but he said not enough that they could make it stick in court. So he's all right wrestling with that mask on.
So that's our first entrant, the Russian redneck, Billy Ray Jerkoff.
Billy Ray Jerkoff. Everybody knows him, and everybody hates his ass. You know what I mean? And you know who he's going to be facing.
Who is it?
The most popular wrestler in the Southeast today. All them people that are over there watching Noah Tall's Suck Show are going to leave and come over to our show when they see Ultimate Cena. Look at that. It's like John Cena and the Ultimate Warrior done had a baby.
And don't even worry, you can see him.
Yeah, that's why he's got them fluorescent shoestrings tied around his arm that way to make sure you can see him.
Why is his underarm hair so intimidating?
It's part of the act, you know. I mean, he wants you to be intimidated. He's a tough guy, and you know, if you're gonna scare a Russian guy like Boris, I got people texting me. Sorry, I had to answer that real quick. It was very important. Have you talked to anybody? Have you got any of your buddies that's gonna be coming up there doing the wrestling?
I got a few that have dropped their names in the hat. If we could get Smokey to pull up some of the entrants that I've uncovered.
I don't know that he has them ready. Hold on, he's going to go find them.
How is Smokey doing anyway?
He's doing all right. You know, he had a couple of fleas on him. He was pretty upset about that, but he got it worked out.
Hell yeah.
He's been fighting with that with his intern Benny. Been having disagreements. It's been a rough day. Come on, Smokey, find these damn pictures. We're standing here with a goob in our hand like a couple of idiots.
Well, I've heard it through rumors and innuendo that Twink Xanders may throw his hat in. What if Twink Xanders shows up at the MUD Show?
Oh, me and him will have a throwdown if he does. Twink Xanders. I thought he retired again.
He's coming out of retirement. Well, I don't know if he's coming
exciting.
out of retirement, but what if there's been a couple of rumors he's looking for something to do, somewhere to go, he's getting itchy, and he could show up and take it all at the MUD Show.
Maybe he ought to carpool to that open mic up in Atlanta with some other wrestler. I hear he fancies himself a pretty funny guy. Now, is this one of the guys that you sent to Smokey?
This is one of our guys. He calls himself Mike Jackson Jr.
Whoa, so that must be the Alabama junior heavyweight championship he's got around his waist.
Yeah, you can't tell. Look how small the belt is.
And then he's got that Special Olympics medal he's been wearing for about 8 years now that he won. So,
he won that in the 2-yard dash in the Special Olympics of 2003.
Which is no easy feat, you know. There's some pretty tough competition back in 2003.
You went hard on the American gear. Why wouldn't you get some different knee pads?
Why didn't he get some real wrestling boots like some of them ones like his daddy wears, you know? Can you even walk the top rope in those boots right there?
Those are LeBron's. Those are LeBron James's shoes, I think.
Can you walk the top rope in LeBron James shoes? I mean, I thought you had to have a crate sole to sink into that cable.
You have to wear.
I ain't trying to give away what the ropes was made out of,
but anyway, there he is, Mike Jackson Jr.
And he's on, you know, and him being Mike Jackson Jr., he's only 47 years old, so
he actually looks
advantage over.
He's holding together pretty good, wouldn't you say?
He's doing all right. And you know who he's going to be defending that Alabama junior heavyweight championship against, don't you?
Who is it? I think I know.
Disco Leroy.
Disco Leroy is back with a vengeance.
He's been talking all kinds of smack about Mike Jackson Jr. He's been saying how he's going to take that belt, he's going to whoop his ass, and then he's going to find his daddy and whoop him too. So, Disco Leroy talks a lot of shit, but he can back it up. I mean, you know as well as I do.
And not to mention, he's liable to cut out some funky dance moves.
Oh, he's always going to do that. He's a big crowd favorite. You know, the crowds love him. He's got them dance moves. He does some of them wild high spot wrestling moves. You know, he'll do the triple double flip off the top rope to the floor through a table, and the crowd loves, they love that kind of shit.
Everybody
Now
loves.
I hear this is a tag team that you signed, because these are a couple of your comedy buddies right here that you've been in their little comedy group. The damn, what do y'all call the damn curtain jerker comedy or whatever? This right here is Wes Sears and Shane Knowles, the JOD, the Jobbers of Doom, doing a damn Road Warrior ripoff gimmick. What are these guys doing, Delbert?
Wes Sears and Shane Knowles have decided to show up, and I'm telling you, man, everybody's gunning for us. These guys are showing up trying to run our show, I think.
I heard they're challenging me and you to a tag match. A comedy tag match where we don't actually wrestle, but then we just get up in the ring like we're finna wrestle, and then we just like roast each other with jokes. They don't want none of me.
They don't
I'll
need
roast
none.
both of them. That Wes Sears looks older when he puts his wrestling gear on.
What?
Must be that eye makeup.
Something's happened.
Knowles looks pretty close to the same, but Wes Sears looks different.
It's different.
Now,
they say he's the same, but he's not the same.
Now, they are going to be having a wrestling match besides challenging us to a comedy standoff. They're going to be taking on the women's tag team known as Femolition, Smash and Gash. So basically, you got these two painted up broads. They're going to be fighting them two painted up comedy buddies of yours.
Who's your money on?
I'm putting my money on Femolition. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, look at them. Would you want to fight them? Would you want to fight them out there in the midst of a bunch of poison ivy behind a Kmart?
I think Femolition takes it in under 7 minutes.
Yeah, and I've heard that the Jobbers of Doom take it in under 7 minutes too, but not referring to the match. That's a whole nother story, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah.
I think you do. Now, a special featured attraction, okay? Now, this guy is a legend, and this guy ain't been on the show in several years since he died, but we managed to get him. He ain't been on a wrestling show, like I say, he died a few years back, but we've got the one and only Zombie Buddy Landale with his valet, Luscious Lucy. And, to have been dead several years, old Zombie Buddy Landale ain't looking too bad there. What do you think?
Zombie Buddy Landale still owes child support in North Carolina, believe it or not.
Well, and that's why he didn't want us to advertise him. But I told him if I'm paying out $20, I'm going to advertise you, or why I'm even going to bring you. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm getting my money's worth, so he'll be all right. If the cops show up, he can run in that Kmart and hide. Now, don't you be hitting on Luscious Lucy.
Look at Luscious Lucy looking beautiful as ever. This is why she's the queen of independent wrestling.
She doesn't age.
She is a thing of beauty. And look at Zombie Buddy, not looking a day over 86. He's holding together. I mean,
he's looked exactly like that since 1983. And and Luscious Lucy, much the same, like Arn Anderson, she just doesn't age. She has looked exactly like that since she first walked out to the ring in 1974, accompanying, of course, Gorgeous George Jr. But that's another topic for another day.
A little bit of history.
So we're going to take a little break here, and then, I'll tell you what. You know what? I think that's all these folks need to hear for this week. I think that's going to be enough for this episode. If you want to hear the rest of the card, check back with us right here next week for another episode.
Drinking with the Jenkins.